Rob here with the People Come First Construction Group, and I'm out in Kirkland, Washington, in one of the most interesting projects that we've ever built before. Basically, what we're building here is a big old deck on the back of this customer's house. It took us a couple years to get the permit. It was very complicated. Lots of different studies had to be run to make sure that whatever deck we're building doesn't slide down. Pictures and videos never do any type of slope justice, but we're sitting at about 45 degrees. Customers, they have kids and they don't really have a backyard, so their backyard is going to be their deck. This is their outdoor living space.
Today we're digging out this rather huge trench, put in pin piles and about a 4-foot high concrete wall to build the rest of the deck off of.
In most cases, we would be able to use larger pieces of equipment to do this work or to bring us the material to do this work. In this case, that wasn't an option. We're on a skinny road with tight hairpin turns to get up here on the hillside, and there's no access on either side of the house to get any equipment in. So what did we have to do? Everything was done by hand. Everything was done with a shovel.
Digging this out, the top is pretty soft and there's all of this brush, so we're just clearing it by hand. It wasn't too big of an issue, but once we start digging down into the ground, it just turned to like rock hard clay. So a lot of pickaxes and breaker bars, softening up the dirt, dig it out. The other thing is we had to haul the dirt uphill because we're not supposed to be throwing it over this edge. Buckets of dirt up the steps. I don't know how many buckets of dirt we've done, probably over 100 for sure. This trench, there's going to be altogether over 70 pin piles.
And these pin piles go down until they hit bedrock. And then we're gonna be doing what's called a grade beam that goes all the way across the front here. That's gonna be formed out of concrete, and then we'll be able to start doing our pilings after we get it poured.
You saw the concrete getting poured for these footing walls. We've got this 1-inch all-thread rod that is drilled back into the hillside about every 6 to 8 feet, and that's holding everything back. This wall will be here forever. Right now we're in the process of setting our posts and our beams that we can then build our deck framework off of. One of the things that we're doing is a custom steel cross brace system, which also includes these custom made post base plates. We're gonna be using this 7/8 inch threaded rod. They're gonna be embedded a minimum of 8 inches into our grade beam and secured in there with epoxy. Now we're ready to set these posts on the lower grade beams. These all have custom steel plate hardware. This 3/8 inch thick steel. Took a lot of prep work just to get that stuff installed and ready, and it's gonna take even more work to get them stood up. We got 4 of us today. We're gonna do it safely and get it done.
So you can imagine the force that's coming and trying to push the house and the deck down the hillside. And Washington is a place where slides can be more prevalent. After countless visits of geotechnical reports and core drilling, multiple engineers being involved, we were able to get ourselves to the point where we could submit for the permit for this massive structure. Most of the cost of this deck is right here.
We were just setting our posts on our outside beams. Since then, we've upped our crew numbers. We've had quite a few guys out here working, and we've been very productive. So we've got all of our joists laid out. We've got all of our hurricane ties, which is a piece of hardware that ties your joist down to the top of your beam. Those go on both beams. We've got all of our framing surface is planed That makes the deck boards sit nice and smooth. There's no waves in your deck boards. And then we put down our G-tape on top of all that. What G-tape is it's a moisture barrier that goes over the top of your framing. So over the years, when you've got water that gets through your deck boards, settles on top of your framing, it doesn't just sit there on top of wood and eventually penetrate the wood, and then that leads to rot. The G-tape, it adds at least a decade to the life of your deck. We're getting pretty close to laying some decking down. It's a beautiful day, beautiful view. Who wouldn't like working here? Right now we're in the phase of laying down our decking. We got all our field decking down here on level 1. The next step is to do our cuts. We do real nice straight edge cuts with a track saw. And then we put in our divider boards and our perimeter boards. And that eliminates any joints where you have decking meeting decking. Over time, those are gonna fluctuate, expand, contract, push on each other. And it just never ends well. So we split up all our field decking boards with divider boards. And honestly, I think it's a really nice, clean look. Eventually what this will be is an actual grass area on their deck. So it will transition from decking and they step right out onto their lawn. We're not talking about turf. We're talking about a real living, growing lawn. That's a process that you probably won't see a lot of decking companies doing.
Dirt weighs a lot, and not to mention, in the middle of our dirt up above, we also have a hot tub. That's 40 feet off of the ground, right? So a lot of engineering went into how is this thing going to be able to support that hot tub and 10 people inside of that hot tub with the dirt all the way around it. That's gonna start with big beams. They're 12 inches on center. And these beams are going to be on top of the glulam beams, which are on top of their grade, using the tiebacks to hold everything together. And then we had to do galvanized steel grading system that went over the top of the beams to give it additional structural support and to be able to hold all that soil in there. That's another drainage that's coming off of this deck that we had to then gutter and be able to drain into our downspout that's sump pumping the water to the outside of the street and the storm drains.
And we're getting close. We've got all our decking laid down. We've got most of our fascia installed, a little bit left to go. Right now we're focusing on getting our beams and posts wrapped because this project is getting an undercover system, and our guys will be here Monday to start that install. As you can see, Rock Electric was here this week.
As an electrician, I love these projects just because we get to do the undercover portion, the lighting. So they're gonna have a nice entertainment center here. Their main couch is gonna sit under the undercover system here. It's a little bit tight in here, but we're gonna make it work and they're gonna be very happy with this. So we're gonna have one Bromix 6,000 watt heater in that corner. And then between the post and the wall, we're gonna attach another Bromix 6,000 watt heater so their main seating area is properly heated. I believe we have about 18 outlets on this project. So we're gonna be doing low outlets for their seating. We're gonna be doing high outlets for the Sonos speaker system. We're gonna be doing a hot tub as well. So this one's pretty interesting. So right there is gonna be our hot tub stub. What we're gonna accomplish there is we're gonna come up inside of the hot tub to where you don't see any conduit. Then those back two conduit stubs are actually for the hot tub cover. So we bring power in, bring power out to a key switch. So as the customer comes down the stairs here, they'll be able to turn on the key switch and the lift is actually gonna lift up for their hot tub. So it's gonna keep it nice and warm for them when they're not using it.
This project is slowly turning into a real outdoor living space. Last night, the customers came out before we left and they were walking around with the kids and the dogs, and it was really cool to see. They're excited, and so we're excited too.
I want to show you this amazing custom deck. This is a TimberTech decking material that we put down. We have a TimberTech railing, glass railing. You can see we've got LED lights that go around the perimeter of the deck. Got a beautiful sweeping view of Lake Washington. They've got an outdoor TV here with a sound bar. They've got heaters in the space. So it's kind of created these micro entertaining areas to try to capitalize and use as much of the space as possible. We even did a play area that's underneath of the stairs. right underneath the stairs, so she can go in, she can see her parents, talk through the window underneath in the playhouse. Now this is something that's very unique we've never done before, which is we had to have organics on the property. Around the perimeter, you'll see our railing, you'll see the deck boards. This is a deck, even though there's soil on top. And then we've got a hot tub with a Covana cover on it. And then we have the upper entertainment space here as well. So this has a patio cover on it. We did some privacy screens. We resurfaced and redid this upper deck.
We're so happy with how this deck turned out, and PCF was proud to receive multiple awards both locally and nationally for this project. We were a gold winner in the North American Deck and Railing Association National Deck Competition. We received the TimberTech and AZEK Exteriors All-In Award, as well as the First Place Remodeling Excellence Award from the Master Builders Association of King and Snohomish Counties.
This is really one of these very unique custom builds for us that this family's gonna be using for the next 20 years, as they're not planning on going anywhere.